So on the core team, we're constantly working on stuff, but we don't usually get to stand in front of an audience and say, hey, I worked on a thing. So I just wanted to come as a core team member and say, here's a thing I did, which, all right. So you've probably seen that you can import contributions into CiviCRM. You can import contacts and event participants and a few other things off of spreadsheets. And there's also a screen that lets you do batch data entry for contributions only. And it lets you create a data entry batch, and you have to pre-enter the number of items you want and the total amount. And then it brings you to this sort of spreadsheet-like screen. This screen has been around for many years, and it's not configurable. These are the fields that you get. And so a project that we had was, how can we make this sort of thing better? And originally the scope of the project was, can you make this a little bit more flexible, or can you add a few fields? And I was like, we can do better than that, because we've got something now called SearchKit, which lets you can create any kind of table you want with any fields in it at all. So I made a quick SearchKit here for you. I put in contributions with the contact and a soft credit if there is one. You can add more stuff. You can base this on not contributions. You can do anything you want. It's SearchKit. And there's this brand new display called data entry. And this is very different from any other kind of SearchKit display, because it's not an output display, it is an input display. And I'm just gonna, it's very similar to configuring another display. You give each field a label. I'm gonna try and give these a bit more sensible labels, because they usually end up being really long when there's joins and stuff, But, so the soft credit amount and the soft credit contact. Okay. Good enough. And we're going to just save that. And now we're just going to view that display. And that's going to bring us to, like I said, a very different sort of search display, because the first thing that's going to ask you is, do you want to view the current batches that you're working, or old batches that you worked on, or do you want to start a new one? I'm going to start a new one because no one's ever done anything with this display before. And it's going to bring up a table of the fields that I configured in SearchKit and the joined entities that I configured. If I had joined on more entities, I could have joined on participants. I could have joined on memberships. Anything that I want, and to make fields here. This, we can say this is $50 of a donation, and instead of having to add the rows in advance, we can add a bunch here, and then we can add this, click this little button to copy down the values so that it's, can say that I don't want all of these rows because I'm doing a demo right here and I don't have time to enter all this data. But I'm going to do, just to show you that it works, enter some birth dates or not, add a soft credit amount, say that 20 gets soft credited to someone else, and it's going to automatically create that autocomplete for me to pick another contact, so this other person. Then I'm going to, it's auto-saving for me. I could click this button to save changes, but it's doing it automatically just in the background. So there's nothing left to do now but just run the import. And that's going to take me over to, hope this works, it's brand new. It's going to take me over to QRunner. Oh, that was fast. Okay, and it did it. And it imported the data that I just entered, and it now has a report for me that's automatically been generated with the data that I entered and the contacts that it links to, and it's all done. If there were any errors, it would have an option to go back and fix those, but that's what it does. I did a thing.